it sounds very grand to make all of our cultural heritage available to all human beings. So you could say this is utopian, it's naive, it's idealistic, and so on. In actual fact, the Digital Public Library of America, DPLA, is inspired by a certain utopian enthusiasm, but it's very practical, very pragmatic. So what we have are we have the capacity thanks to the internet. So we have very good technological support. We have financial support from foundations. We have the books from all of these great libraries, which we are linking together. And we have the will, the determination to make this happen. It's not as crazy as it sounds. Moreover, it's practical because it's a horizontal organization. By that, I mean it links up already digitized collections in more than 1,000 libraries, museums, and archives in one system. And so the user, at one click of a switch, can get to the document he or she wants. This took a lot of work, so we had excellent specialists in computer engineering, and when we went live online, that was April 18th of last year, it functioned. Nothing crashed. It went very well. And since then, we have been growing and growing and growing. So we now have nearly 8 million objects available. Now, that doesn't mean it's been easy. Our main difficulty, actually, to answer your question more directly, has been legal. Because, as you probably know, copyright covers the lifetime of the author plus 17 years. And that means in practice that most books are covered by copyright for at least 1 century. In the United States, it means that the Digital Public Library of America cannot make available every book published after 1964, most books published after 1923. That means most 20th century literature cannot be made available. That is our main problem because, of course, we will respect copyright. So we have to find a way around that. And the main way, well, there are several strategies involved. One is to take advantage of a provision in the copyright law of 1976 called fair use. Fair use means that we can make available access to a work without the permission of the copyright owner for certain purposes. What are those purposes? Well, some are very narrow, such as helping the people who can't see well. Others are broader for pedagogical uses, for uses provided there is no damage to the market, for uses that are transformational. I mean, it's a very complicated case of legal evolution. So we feel that case law is evolving in the correct direction towards the public good. The second possibility, I'm going on, but it's a complicated question, is to get authors voluntarily to turn over the use of their copyrights to the DPLA. Now you might say to me, that sounds more naive and utopian than everything else. But in actual fact, most books no longer sell after often a few weeks, almost always a few months, and almost all the time after a few years. So most books no longer sell, especially in the categories of light fiction. And after 1 year, 2 years, at most 3 years. The exceptions are different. You know, you have a few famous authors who do very well, fine. But most authors, I don't know the percentage, I would guess 95%, 98%, simply don't make money from their books after a short time. What do they want? They want readers. They don't want their book to be lying unread on the shelves of a library. So we have organized something called the Authors Alliance, in which authors will voluntarily turn over to the DPLA the use of their copyrights.